What is going on, YouTube? My name's Nicolo, and this is how to cut your own hair. So, what I like to do with my hair, I've been keeping it long on the top, try to grow like a blended undercut, and so I like to keep it a low to mid bald fade. So you're gonna start out here with trimmers or clippers. Take out a guideline, make it symmetrical to your head. You got to make sure it's symmetrical because it'll look better. The fade will look way smoother. So you definitely want to pay attention to how straight your lines are. So I'm going to use my Walls balding clippers right here, and you just want to get the remaining hair in the bald region, where you're going to have it. And notice how I'm holding the clippers. You don't want to, hold it so it's like almost jabbing your skin. You want it to lay against it and fade up, like against your skin, not in a scraping motion now. Make sure it's laying flat on your head or a client's head. So I said in the intro, guys, this really isn't for beginners. This is for people with a little bit more experience. Maybe they're already have their license or they're on their way. They've been cutting for a while. Because it does get tricky. Cutting your hair is definitely a tricky thing, and it can be frustrating. Believe me, I've been there. I've been doing this for a couple years now, so I have a little bit experience within the certain techniques you should use. So don't get discouraged, and don't try it if you're not completely confident. So you want to open up your blade here with no guard. And I'm using my Walls Magic clippers, by the way. They're the cordless, and I definitely recommend them, especially if you're cutting your own hair. You don't have to get tangled up with the wires and everything. And I apologize for the light if it gets in the camera. I'm still trying to figure out a better way to project this film. I was thinking about getting like a little shelf to put right above the mirror. I want to figure out. So definitely post in the comments if you have an idea or any feedback. I'd appreciate it. Before I forget, guys, I am using a three-way mirror. It's by the Self-Cut System. I think they're an up-and-coming company. They actually had contests for people that cut their own hair, and they had like a competition where you win money for first place and everything. So definitely shout out to them. Try out their products. I think they actually make a mirror that actually has the LED lights around it. But for now, I've just been using this little headlamp right here. With your taper clippers, you want to take out that first guideline. You want to close the blade all the way and just start going at it. Just go up like halfway. Make sure you're stretching the skin, getting as close as you can and as detailed. Keep it clean. Brush as needed. And then you want to start opening the blade as you fade up. And what I mean by that is, like, when you're going up on the fade, you want to start at the lowest, obviously, to take out that guideline like I did before. But you want to, each time you go up like a quarter of an inch or so, you just want to open that blade up slowly and go up with the fade. And then you'll start to see it come together. And then remember to cross check it. So like close the blade as you go down on the fade, and so like you'll meet at the middle, if that makes sense. So you could use clippers or trimmers to clean up the first initial like bald line. Um, I was using trimmers right here, but notice how I say use the corners. You don't want to just put the blade straight on there and make like another line. You want to kind of sketch it with like the corners of the blade, so it comes out a lot smoother. And it all just comes with repetition, guys. You know, the more you do this, and it is hard on yourself, so you will have to find a couple different techniques, but you know, repetition will get you there. Using the walls bald shaver here, and you don't have to use this. Some people prefer like a razor shave on that bald region to really make it as close. But you know, I just like using the shaver. I think it's personally, I think it gets, you know, as close as you could get with, you know, as clean as you could get it. I know that on my barber boards they were saying that it's not an actual tool as a barber, so they don't count it as an official tool. But you know, that will vary. Like barbers still use it. I think it comes in good use. So you want to put on that one guard, start going up. Just go up about a half inch. You want to give yourself enough room, uh, and that's with all the guidelines. Because if you make it too close together, it's going to appear clumped, and the fade's not going to look as nice. By the way, the guards I'm using are not the stock ones that come with all the clippers, especially the wall clippers. They're really flimsy, the ones that come with it. So I ordered these from Amazon. I think they're just called the clippable wall guards. It just has a better attachment, so it doesn't fall off as easy. They're really nice. You want to use a half guard with the blade open, and this may vary if you're using Andy's clippers. I know they have a different name for the half guard. I'm not really familiar with that. You always use your walls, but yeah, you want to open that blade all the way up and just start taking away some of the bulk of the first guideline that you made with the one. And then you could do it a couple different ways. I mean, you could fade down, which you would kind of close the blade as you go down, and then just take out the first guideline after, or you can do that first and fade up. It's totally up to you. Depends on your experience and what you like doing. So you want to close the half guard all the way. That's what I did, and take out that first initial guideline. Like I said, you could do it fading up or down, it's totally up to you. And me, I kind of detail as I go through all these steps, but you always want to make sure you do it after, at least, you know, go back in detail after you're done with all the steps, because I mean that's what brings out the barbering, really. It's all detail work, and any other barber will tell you the same thing. So then I have the blade all the way open with no guard. You just want to go back and sort of help out that other guideline and clean it up a little bit more. But make sure you don't go too high, because you don't want to bring the fade any higher than it is. the fade's coming together slowly, and I'm going to take the 2 guard and take out the bulk here on the ridge. But you don't want to go too high, just enough to take it down a little bit, and then we'll go back with the 1.5 and put that with the one all the way open. See, it's simple if you break it down in steps. So you just want to start with a guard that's all the way open and slowly close that blade as the guard moves down. As you move down with that guard, you're closing the blade when you're going down the fade. And then you just want to use the next guard in line and then have that all the way open and then slowly close that blade. And then you're just really just going back and detailing from there, guys. So the one guard is going to be open when you're fading up, and then on the way down, you just want to close it little by little until you get to that point where it was the closed one guard.
That's right, yeah. That's right, yeah.
So like I was saying earlier, you just want to go back in detail, use whatever guard's necessary to clean up a line or anything, and that will make your haircut really blurry if you go back in detail for a while. I don't think I included all of my detailing in this video, but you get the idea. So I'm just gonna wet my hair and slick it back a little bit. I suggest you put your hair in the style that you want it, and then cut it from there, because that's how you can really tell if something's gonna be clean, like when you style it in the morning or however. And then I'm gonna use shears over comb with thinning shears, and that my stance right there and like how I'm doing it, that might be complicated for others. So if you have a different way to do it, absolutely try it out, whatever's comfortable for you. But this is the best way that I've found when I'm really like getting behind my head and like cutting up on my ridge. But you don't want to press the comb too far against the ridge, because then your hair will appear thinner in other parts. So you kind of want to almost flick the comb outwards as you're moving up on your head, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start here and just line up my hairline. I just kind of keep it natural. I don't really create like the sharpest line on my hairline, but enough to where it's clean. And it's all detailing from here, really, guys. However you want to line up yourself, or maybe your beard. I don't think I include all parts of me lining up or detailing, but you do it to where as you desire. And then you can style as you need. however you like. Like I said, I have an undercut so I can slick back. And that's the finished product, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something today. And, don't be shy. Like, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback. And thank you again for tuning in. And please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Give me a follow. And until next time, guys.